Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC of BattleTech, continuing right where I left off in the last video in the beginning of a mission. So we have to get to this rendezvous point to escort a convoy, so let's go ahead and set up for that. Now I don't know which way the convoy is going to go, either this way or that way. Not really even sure where we're going, so I might suspect we're going this way. But just to guarantee both directions, I'm going to go ahead and set up...
How's it going?
Let's do a normal move. Well, that's interesting. There's a little shield icon. Does it do that when you sprint? Oh, let's see what happens here. I'm actually curious. So if I move to, say, here.
On the move.
Oh, cool. I think it automatically braces for you if you do a move. Does it do that if you jump? Guess there's one way to find out. So I'm going to jump... I want to cool off, so I'll jump into the water. I want to see if it does that with a jump as well. I mean, I don't see the shield icon. I think it does. Oh, okay, so they did that to kind of speed up gameplay, because during non-combat phase, you don't really have any other actions you can do, so... Alright, that makes sense. So the Panther and the Vindicator all have move with the convoy, whichever way they're going, and I'm going to assume they're going to go this way. But if they end up going the other way, we can turn around without too much difficulty.
Heading out.
I guess we'll find out as soon as the turn ends, because that should spawn them. Okay, there they are. It looks like they're headed that way, so we are facing the right way for the Vindicator and the Panther, but not these two, but that's alright. Looks like you've secured the area around the convoy's position, and they are making their way towards the extraction point now. Keep them alive. Keep in mind that the convoy will try to stay near you for protection. Continue advancing to get them to the extraction point. Okay, I'm not sure that's something that they used to do. I think they used to just move. They didn't really worry about whether you were there or not. So the Vindicator and the Panther will keep with these two as we move along. And then I'll probably scout ahead with the Jenner and the Commando. It may not spawn in the... enemy until we get close to the extraction point, so we may not have any opposition until then. But if I were to guess where the enemy may spawn, I mean, looking at where the extraction point, which is here, this is the edge of the map, as is this, so they're probably going to spawn somewhere over here, I would imagine. So I'm going to head in that direction with that assumption. That's an assumption, though, and I have had enemy AI, like, spawn in behind me before, so that kind of thing can happen, and it's one of the things about the game that I think is kind of problematic, but hopefully we don't run into too many problems with that. Okay. Well, unfortunately, the Vindicator and the Panther are kind of slow, but they should, the vehicles should keep pace with them, I'm assuming. Yeah, this is going to be kind of slow going. Just because I assume that these guys are moving only as fast as we're going to be able to move. Now, I'm kind of curious. It says that they wait for you, so if I moved away from them, would they just, like, sit there? Maybe. Okay. Commando. I think ideally, sitting up here with this cliff to my back would be the best way to prevent the enemy from just spawning right in behind me and instantly backshotting me. Hopefully they've made it so that when the enemy spawns in, they don't just immediately get a turn, because that's an improvement they really need to make, as far as I'm concerned.
On my way.
Can we jump up on that cliff face yet? I mean, we can. Hopefully I can get into the cover and get even better cover. Okay. So you are going to sprint. Would sprinting or jumping get me the best distance? It's close. I'm going to jump, though, just because I had really weird facing if I had sprinted. So we'll sprint.
Moving to position.
I will keep an eye on that, because maybe there is a possibility if you move too far away from them, they'll stop moving. I don't know if it's any of them or each vehicle you have to stay within proximity. I mean, I could test it out. We're not in combat right now. Let's do a test. If I move too far ahead, will one of the... Well, I'm not sure how easy that would be to do with the Vindicators.
Aye, aye.
But I'm going to do that maybe in spirit. Come on, I want to jump. That'll get me a little further forward. Commando, I want to get up here. That we're ready to go in this cover. The general move here. Again, with the idea of just putting my back to the cliff, because I don't know where the enemy is going to spawn in. And they clearly aren't spawning in yet. Well, anyway, my goal is to get ahead of these guys to see if one of them maybe stops moving, to see if that proximity is a thing. But I may not be fast enough to do it, so that might be something for a future escort mission. Well, this one didn't move. The one in the back. This one here didn't move. Well, the one before, behind that one moved. All right, so because this guy didn't move, let's do a test. I'll continue to run forward.
Awaiting orders.
Gnarly will also run forward, and we'll see, does this guy move? And then, if he doesn't move, if we go back for him, will he move again? That's kind of my test. I'm just curious for just purposes of...
Affirmative.
And then you're just going to brace. Now, one thing I did see is if I hit escape, there's a button that says done. I wonder what that does, because I don't think that used to exist. So, is this guy here going to move? The other three moved. No, he didn't move. All right, so if he didn't move because of that...
Yes, Commander.
If I go over to where he is, let's do a jump so we get... Well, I want to make sure we're really close to him, because maybe it's a proximity thing. So I'm going to be as close to him as I can be. Kind of don't like facing the wrong way, but yeah, you know, it's for science. Okay.
On my way.
You're just gonna brace. You're just gonna brace.
Excellent. My mech could use a rest.
So we're still doing an experiment here. If we move too far away from them, do they stop moving? So I'm gonna continue to run forward here. And we'll see. Maybe the rest of the convoy will stop moving, and that kind of is a proof of concept. So if the car in the back moves, but the others do not... Oh, I sure hope this car didn't bug out. Because I think they all have to make it for this mission to end. Okay, it moved. So yeah, it is a proximity thing. Unfortunately, I was in the way, I think. But... Alright, so we did learn a lesson there. And I think these guys didn't move too far because of having to be close. So...
Copy that.
Well, if we do have a fight,
What do you need?
I may be in a bad position to help out. But I just wanted to see, because they were talking about you have to stay with the convoy, and I really don't remember that being a thing before. Like, I think the convoy usually just move regardless. So they've definitely changed that, and it seems like you have to be some semblance of proximity to them for them to actually move. Which I'm really not sure why this one didn't move, because there was a car that was further away and it moved just fine. So it's a little weird, but it's just something we're gonna have to keep an eye on, because it definitely moved once I got closer to it. So we'll have to see what it does this time. It should move. And then this one seemingly moved because we moved far enough back for it to move. The question is, will this one move? And it is. All right, cool. So that couple turns it didn't move. That was exact. I was suspicious of that. I wanted to check that. So I'm glad I'm not finding this stuff out now. Okay. Brace, brace. May slow down the mission though, and for that I apologize. But it was for science.
Moving to position.
Yeah, and we're just gonna do a basic move. I'm just gonna move very slightly up here. We want to, again, keep that proximity. I think once these guys go into the hex, though, it will trigger the enemy spawns.
Roger.
So that could be a problem. But if we need be, the Panther could, like, finish this sucker up. So you're going to go in. Oh, you didn't quite make it, so that actually gives us a little bit of time. But this guy's kind of delaying things, unfortunately. As long as I keep the Panther with the car, we're fine. All right. Lesson learned. So brace.
Bracing for impact.
So yeah, so that we don't have a problem. We should be all right if I sprint ahead, I would think. And then you just move very slightly up.
Let's move.
That should be close enough, I would think. And if it's not, I mean, that is a really... Okay. Yeah, as I thought. More contacts on the sensors, Commander. Hard to say which side they're on in this war, but they're bound for your position. Assume the worst.
Hold this position, Commander. The package will be on its way soon.
Yeah, I mean... Only one of them is in the Hex right now. But we're getting there.
No retreat.
Okay, so there's the dropship. Yeah, we have to get all 4 in there, so... We do get a bonus if all of them survives. I think we have a really good chance at that, though, because the enemy's fairly far away. There is an enemy right here, but it moves on initiative 3, so we have, you know, 2 mechs at least that can respond. I'm not really sure if the Vindicator is going to be able to do much, or even the Panther at this stage. I will try to get into position of fire here, but yeah, it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. So we don't really want to get too far ahead. This jump here probably will be okay. Like here, that should be enough proximity. If it isn't, I mean, I'll deal with it.
Engaging jump jet.
But yeah, we're not going to be fighting with the Panther, unfortunately. Okay. And of course, we'll brace because we have no other action. Okay, so we have 2 light mechs. Good to know. I could do a precision strike to lower its initiative so the Vindicator could also act.
Yes, Commander.
So, Scarecrow here. May be able to kill it just by himself. Because, you know, these have half armor and he's got really good, or decent, I should say, firepower. So, we'll see. If not, I mean, it's not moving, so that should be a good accuracy right there.
Confirmed.
Yeah, it's already dead. So we're fine there. There may be another vehicle or something. I think I saw one on the blip, but we'll double check that. Yeah, so there's something that's going to go on Initiative Phase 2. And they don't have vision of me yet, so let's go ahead and just reserve. Okay, one of the vehicles didn't move. That may be the one that's already... Yeah, it's already in the zone. So we'll reserve again. So yeah, 2 of these guys move on Initiative Phase 2, and 2 of them move on 3. So those are the 3 ones. So, okay. Now the question is truck. Oh, we've got the enemy moving at 2. Okay. We definitely need, actually, my pilot, Mouse Gunner, to move. I would imagine the vehicle is going to be the easier target here. Probably. Do I go with the initiative over the... I mean, not the initiative, the... what is the word I'm looking for? The evasion. I think we do, and I may use vigilance to give me that initiative point. Give me a little bit of defense as well, in case I want to use it. But we'll see who's the better target here. Now, for Mouse, it's probably going to be the vehicle, because this is not the greatest line of sight. Although, I say that, 75% is not that bad, but we'll go ahead and use vigilance here. Now, before that used to lower accuracy. It has here, not here. So, I'm going to hit the striker with everything I've got here, because I think this makes sense to do so.
All weapons committed.
He did hit with everything. Kind of dispersion of fire there. Okay, number 2 there. No, I'm really not sure if this back one will move. We may have moved too far forward, but the Panther's moved where it can. So let's see if we can jump into a position where we actually have a direct line of fire on anyone. And the answer to that question is no, I cannot. So it's going to be an LRM-5 shot no matter what I do. So let's just get closer rather than up on a ridge or something, because we can always jump the next turn. So 70%, 55%. It looks like it's going to be the 70% shot that we go for.
Copy that.
I would say there's a fairly good chance that we'll get what we need to kill the striker. If not this turn, next turn. I mean, the LRM-5 is not likely going to do enough damage here, I would imagine anyway. Okay, it did move. I may have to keep the Panther around, though.
Let's get this done.
Okay. You know, one thing that I am actually wondering about with these numbers is what are they marking? Is it marking when they're going to go or when they did act, if they have acted? Because I've noticed the numbers also appear when they move. So if we act now, will it say 5 here or will it say 4, which is his actual initiative? So that's another thing for science here. So I might want to reserve, but actually I'm thinking in this case, it may actually be better. I am going to, I think, do a strike so that I can get my heat burned back off. Because I can build up pretty good evasion if I move to there. And I could even use vigilance ahead of time to give me some defense as well if we want to. May not be necessary, but you know what? We'll do it. So vigilance. And now we'll go in for the strike. I'll move there so I get more movement. The Panther may be able to move in behind me, which would be a problem. Then again, it may not. I still think I'm going to do it. If the game hasn't been changed, you do double damage when you do a melee strike on a vehicle. So if we land here, that should kill him, which it did. Alright, so I want to look. What number does it say on my pilot? It says 5. So that tells you when they acted and as well as when they will act. Okay. Good to know. I'm not going to be surprised here to be fired upon. Only one shot because he's trying to burn down my evasion, so the Panther has a better shot. Okay, so I'm going to guess here that the Panther's going to be the easier shot, easier target, because they're both in the mineral field and the Jenner has quite a bit of evasion built up. So we're going to move Scarecrow, and I am definitely going to put Scarecrow in cover. I could hit the Panther with Precision Strike, but I think that's a waste on the Commando because I only have one weapon going his way. So we'll just remain patient here. I mean, honestly, these are bad shots no matter who I shoot at, but we'll fire it nonetheless. It burns through the evasion. Now, what I can do with that evasion, I really don't know. I doubt the Panther's going to be able to get into a position to fire. And even if I could, I don't know if I should. And he's just going to build up evasion anyway. And as I thought, he did get the rear arc, but fortunately the evasion mattered there. The AI standing in the mineral field does, you know, hurt them. Yeah, so the question is, can I move... I can move to a position to fire on them, but the question is, do I want to? Because I'll move too far away from the vehicle won't move, and we won't finish the mission. So the question is, do we want to brawl this out or not? I highly doubt this is a good shot. I could check it, though, before I actually do the move. Yeah, it's 25%. There's no point in doing that. If I have to stay nearby the vehicle to make sure it moves into the box, then that's the thing I need to do. So we'll move like this, staying relative proximity to the vehicle so that it will move in here, hopefully, and we'll brace. And if that moves in, then in theory, the mission will just end. So
What do you need?
that's my strategy. Hopefully it works out. No, I don't know who's going to be the easier target here, but this is the best move, I think.
Understood.
A 35, 45, 20, 30. I'm going to go with the Precision Strike because we can do it. We're going to go against the Panther. And it's still a bad shot. There's nothing in the left arm, so there'd be no reason to target that. We might be a wiser move to go after the left torso, because we could remove the SRM ammo. So, yeah, let's do that.
Firing.
The important thing here is we just burn down the evasion. And if I'm right, this will move in here, although it might not have had enough movement, which it didn't. Oh well. Jenner's probably going to get a rear shot on me.
Warning. Enemy in rear arc.
Alright, so that's going to be a mech we need repaired. Unfortunate, but we obviously don't want that to happen again, so we're going to jump away. At least I think that's what we're going to do. I don't have to jump really far away. The important thing is that I just build up evasion. So this is the furthest we need to jump. We'll go with that jump. And I'm going to go after the Jenner because it's out in the open. And it's not in a mineral field, so it'll actually be easier to hit. In the future, if we keep firing with other... Now, I had to move the Jenner now because if I didn't, the Panther could get a rear shot on me, which we obviously wouldn't want. So 50% shots for all of these. Well worth it. If we can clip one of those arms off, which we just did, that's going to reduce the firepower of the Jenner for the future.
Critical damage detected.
Which is why I jumped in on the side as opposed to like the rear or something. Oh, I forgot I precision strike the Panther, so it's not going to move anyway. So maybe that was a mistake. So
Commander?
sadly, Harley can't really move in my opinion. What we can do is just give ourselves a better line of sight. This should still be close enough that I think that vehicle will move. This is a very long-range shot, but it will burn down evasion so that other mechs can get a more accurate shot. But it's still a good one.
Wilco?
Yeah, it did hit. No surprise.
Crap.
Now it only has one
going.
evasion, so that's fine. Now Scarecrow.
Let's do this.
I really don't want Scarecrow to get hit anymore. And we're close enough. So let's just stay put. We'll fire everything we've got here. I don't think they have line of sight of me. I could be wrong on that. But this will burn down the evasion so that the Vindicator can move in and do some real serious damage. Sadly, only large laser hit, but that is our most damaging weapon, so that's alright. Here comes the Panther. Is going to fire at the Jenner. No real surprise there, but fortunately we had a lot of evasion built up, and he's still in the mineral field, making it probably pretty hard to hit anything with it.
Yep.
I want to make the Vindicator the more likely target here. Let's move up. We are, again, going to go after the Jenner, because at this point, it's for sure the easier target to hit. We've got 3 weapons to fire at it. We'll fire all 3. Okay.
How'd that taste?
We're able to hit it on the side again, but I think this is the end of the mission, so it doesn't really matter. We'll see. I mean, it may take a turn.
Objective secured.
Oh, we have to get to an extraction point. I guess that makes sense. But I think we're just probably going to fight this out instead. Now, I'm not surprised at all to see the Jenner run away. Okay.
Standing by.
Really have a shot here, unless I jump down here. That'd be a shot on the Panther. 30% shot. I'll take it.
Affirmative.
If he moves, I probably wouldn't have a shot. I could do a precision strike here, but still probably going to be a bad shot. It'd lower the initiative, which does have advantages, because I'd be able to have 2 more max fire on the Panther before it gets to go, but that's alright. Let's just take this shot. Might be better to use that precision strike with somebody else. Here comes the Panther. Sadly, it did hit.
Standing by.
Alright. I'm going to move ahead so I get vision on both, and then I'll make a decision based off of that on who I'm going to attack. I may actually go after the Jenner here, because it's giving me the side that I believe is already damaged, so if I could hit it again, it will die. Granted, I have a very bad shot on that. Yeah, so we'll go Precision Strike. And I am going to go after the left torso, because we've already established that has ammo in it.
On it.
Although I say that, not really using that ammo. So maybe that wasn't the best call. I'm just going to use this opportunity to disengage. I'll sprint away. Try and get a decent facing here, but we'll be behind this rock too, so I think not probably likely he's going to be able to hit me. This gives me an opportunity to just cool off. Okay. Now,
Yeah?
truck. Truck is just gonna waltz forward. I do want the Vindicator to be the one taking these hits. And we'll just hit the Panther as hard as we can. I may have moved too far forward for the LRM. So I'm going to turn that off. It helps us a little bit with heat buildup.
Aye aye. Engaging target.
But if I can, I will go in and punch this guy at some point. Okay, Jenner is going to move in. And fire a single laser at the commando. So that means I should probably go with the commando to prevent it from being an easy target for the Panther. Oh, it's going to move initiative scale 3, so actually I don't need to do that right away. I have my pilot move here. We'll go in here with a walk. 40% shot, not terrific, but we'll take it anyway. We did manage to cool off a bit. Got one hit. I'll take it.
Aye aye.
Jump. I'm just trying to get progressively closer here. And hopefully, you know, we'll remain cool too by staying in the water. Fire away. These land. Okay, not really where we wanted to land a shot, but I'll take it.
Critical hit.
Receiving you.
Alright, so I have to keep in mind that no matter what I do here, the Panther's going to be able to immediately counterattack me. And I'm a little concerned that it may be able to come in and punch me if I'm not careful. So this gives me the most evasion, but I do have to concern myself with what is going to be the counterattack here. So
Yes, I'm there.
hopefully at this range we'll get good shots and be able to damage him seriously. Not terrific shots. Still alright. We've reduced his SRM-4 from being able to fire because it has no more ammo.
Taking a critical hit.
The PPC is still a threat, sadly. But fired it at the Vindicator, so that's fine with me.
What do you need?
We can do a death from above. It's only got a 55% chance to hit, though, so that's unfortunate. I probably can't fire the PPC this turn anyway, so I'm half tempted to just, you know, move in and then hit him with the close range weapons, which don't do a lot of damage, but it's something. And it gets me into the position to do the punching and stuff next turn. I think this is the right call. And if I get close, his PPC is not going to be accurate, so he has to move away from me. So I'm turning off the PPC. Alright, let's see what we can land with this. Okay, we got him in the leg. Unfortunately, we're spreading the damage too much. Okay. Alright, as I thought, there was a chance they would come in and hit me. So we're going to have to repair, unfortunately, the commando now.
I'm getting blown apart out here.
Well, kind of don't want them to hit the commando with Panther. I'm trying to think what's the best way to prevent that. I could precision strike.
Yes, Commander.
My pilot might be able to do an alpha strike with the precision strike. And I think I can handle the heat. Yeah, let's go with that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's take a look at what our heat scale is looking like. I could be wrong here. It looks like I could get away with all of it, so we're definitely going to do the precision strike here. This will lower the initiative, so even if I don't get the kill, it will be fine. If I hit everything into the center torso, we'll get the kill. We'll try for that.
Committed.
Alright, we blew up everything but the center torso.
Damage detected.
Now, he might actually get enough pilot hits here. Yeah, we killed the pilot. Cool. Alright, so Scarecrow.
Good to go.
Is going to move. And we're going to fire our weapons at close range into the generator, which this should already be the damage side. Hopefully we land with some of this.
Alpha strike.
Did a whole lot of not landing on that. Alright, well, it's up to you, Gnarly.
Standing by.
You can't get a shot. Come on, jump. I saw a targeting solution somewhere there. Where was it? Kind of surprised we can't see him here. Well, that sucks. It looks like he's going to be able to kick me again, and there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, there's the targeting solution. If I jump up on the building. Well, it's better than nothing. It's a 40% shot. What is the chance we're going to hit that? Well, you don't know until you take it.
Roger that. Hostile eliminated.
Mission successful.
Alright, I got lucky there. Alright, we got a bonus for reaching 2 optional objectives. This one being the one that pays out a little bit more. Okay, let's go onto the salvage screen. So we're going to have 2 mechs that we have to repair, sadly. Okay. So we already have one part of a fire starter and we have one part of a panther. And we, in theory, could get a full panther here. I really don't think that should be my priority, though. I think what I should be going for is getting weaponry. AC5 is an option, but I could probably easily buy AC5 ammo. The SRM6 is usually a good opportunity. I'm trying to think, like, I don't think any of the mechs that I have can actually use ballistic weapons at this moment. So missile systems make a lot more sense. Yeah, I mean, if I were honest with myself, getting mechs is probably not my highest priority right now. Being able to arm the mechs is. Although the Firestarter is really tempting at this stage because this is one of the mechs that would be really easy for me to arm because of the number of I forget what the category is. It's the same thing as like a flamer, right? The support or whatever they call this slot. I will grab the fire starter, even though we won't get a full one this time around anyway. None of all of the weapon systems, I really think the SRM-6 is going to be the best bang for our buck. We could probably upgrade a number of our mechs with this system, so I'll go with that. Okay, we ended up getting a Jenner part, which I'm actually happy to have gotten. Flamer, that's fine. Few medium lasers, that helps. We already know we got that. We got a couple jump jets, which also helps because we didn't really have many jump jets. So I'm happy with all of those. Okay, I'm also happy we didn't have any more problems with crashing, so that's good. Outside of that first mission, none of the other missions have crashed, so that's good. Hopefully we won't see any more of that. But just as a precaution, I will go ahead and save the game. And let's see what we can do here with what time we have. So definitely repairing mechs is going to be a priority. Now, what I may want to do is alter Commando. Problem is, I'm not really sure how easy that would be. The laser is taking up 5 tons. And what is the slots? So 3 lasers, 1 missile system. I definitely think we could make this more efficient. I think the laser is taking up too much tonnage. We could probably change the SRM-2 into an SRM-6 or 4, depending on what we think would be most efficient. For sure, we're going to repair the Jenner. And that will be probably the highest priority work we do. So, oops, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to hit manage tasks. So let's make the Jenner go up in priority. Sadly, we're not going to have, I think, enough mechs to do a mission here. No, we're not. We are going to have to progress some time. But definitely, let's refit the Commando, because we have to repair it anyway. So I have to remove the laser. The laser can be a good weapon, especially if after they rebalanced how much heat it generates. But I think in a mech this light, it's not really ideal. So let's remove the SRM-2. So this is only a ton, but you have to also account for the fact that it's a ton of ammo. So the bigger SRM you can put in it, actually the better off you are from a weight efficiency standpoint. So this is going to be 6 shots every time we fire it. And the SRM ammo comes with 100 rounds. So we have to think, like, how many shots do we get with that? So if we fire 10 times, that's 60 rounds. So we can do at least that much. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Endurance-wise, I think an SRM-6 would be perfect. We've lost, by doing this, I've removed 6 tons. So this will cost 3 tons to do. That gives me another 3 tons to work with. So we could do... where are the slots? So we've got 1 slot here, we've got 2 slots here. So we could go medium laser. There'd be 3 medium lasers and an SRM-6, what I'm looking at. And then maybe a ton worth of ammo. Now this is not very heat efficient, so we could do 2 medium lasers and an SRM-6. How would that compare with how much damage it did before? So this is 40 damage, the SRM-2 does... It's 8 per, right? Yeah, 8 per. So that's at maximum maybe 16. So we've tripled that damage with the SRM-6. So we're going to go from 16 to 48. So by swapping out the large laser and the SRM-2 and putting in the SRM-6, maximum damage potential-wise, we're only missing out on 8 damage. So even just 1 medium laser is going to increase our firepower from where it was. Although it doesn't really show that here. We are about the same. And then what we could do is we could put in a heat sink to make us more heat efficient. Then add on a ton of armor. That could be good. Kind of a well-rounded upgrade. Just a very slight bit of damage increase. With, at least I hope I'm doing the math on that right, because a medium laser is 25 damage. And this is 40 damage. So So this should be more damage. The downside is you're losing range, as we can see here. But that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that with a lighter mech like this. So at least one heatsink, I think. We'll put that where the SRM ammo is, just to protect it. Okay, so we need to put in 1 ton's worth of armor. So I'll go ahead and do that. We'll put 1 tick in the arms. We'll put 2 in the side torso sections. I'll put tick in the head. Tick in the center torso. Legs are already decently protected. We still have a half ton to play with, so let's max out the arms. We'll put 1 more in here and here, 1 more, not in the legs. 1 more there, and then 1, 1, 1. Okay, so that's our final. So we've got 40 in the arms and legs, 45 in the left and right torso, and 50 in the center torso. So we can take a PPC shot directly to our center torso now, whereas before we couldn't. That's nice. We're doing slightly more damage, although it's close range, as opposed to the large laser giving us a little bit of a poke at range. I think just weight efficiency-wise, we're going to be a little bit better off with this setup. All right, we do need to also repair this. All right, that should probably put it out for a number of days. 8 days, it looks like.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
One thing I didn't really look at, but I'll save for another video. There's some things I want to look at here from an administrative standpoint, but this is going to be the point where we put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.